All my transporters, good morning, good morning. It's Monday. We back to it. Oh, man. What a beautiful week we had last week. Worked 6 days, took the truck out 6 times. We did 72 cars. Very, very, very good week. Very profitable week. Can't complain. Now we're out here on this gloomy but beautiful Monday morning. The rain is pouring. It ain't that great. You see, I got that rain gear back there. I'm already dressed. I'm over here at this BMW dealership, about to drop off 2 cars I picked up on the weekend. Then I got to reload 6. So we starting the week real nice. Starting with 8 cars. Can't complain about that. The more cars, the more money. You know what I mean? But yeah, here we are. Hopefully this week is just as good as last week. I know a lot of y'all like numbers. Y'all like to hear money. Y'all like to hear all of that. So I'm gonna just jump in there and tell y'all a little something about the money. You know what I mean? Last week I did 72 cars. 72 cars with a 6-car trailer. So you already know I was moving. I was getting it done. 72 is quite a few cars right there. If I had a 9-car Stinger, that would have been 8 runs. Not bad. But with a 6-car, you can only imagine how many times I had to load and unload and strap and all that good stuff. So, yeah. The 72 cars. The truck grows a couple dollars under 10 grand for the week. With the diesel being what it is, only spent about $1,200 on diesel. So, yeah, do the math. Profitable week. Very profitable week. Yeah. I'm loving it, A lot of people are talking about the money is going down because of the diesel. You know what I always like to say? It ain't a debt problem where the diesel will be a debt. It ain't a debt problem. It's an income problem. So if the cost is going up, go get some more work. Go haul some more cars. Get a better paying load. You get what I'm saying? There's money out there. My peoples, they doing Amazon, which is some of the lowest paying freight, and they making money with the diesel being what it is. My other peoples is out there, they running containers back and forth, 300 miles plus round trip, about 300 to 400 mile round trip. They cleaning house with the diesel being what it is. It's still money out there. Cut your overhead. That's what you need to do. Cut that overhead, and you'll be able to put more money into the tanks, as opposed to complaining that the extra little dollars you're shelling out is affecting your bottom line. Stop getting them high truck payments. It ain't worth it. They all break. Get your little cheap truck. Get your little $20,000 truck or less, right? Put some money in the maintenance account and run that thing. Run it. And when it break, don't buy a new one. Get a motor. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. I'm a strong believer in, once you buy the truck, own it outright if you can, and something happens, get a new motor. That DEF give you problems? Delete it. But yeah, I'm here. Let me go ahead and unload this 5 Series and this X3. These people, they did me dirty. I don't know if y'all can see a window a little wet, but they supposed to open this gate right here. They ain't open that gate. So because they ain't open that gate, I can't back in. So I'm going to take it down there. I'm going to park right in front of the dealership. All my cars are in the back, way back there. So yeah, we're going to get our steps in. Let's get to it. every time it rains, there's always some BS. I can guarantee right up the road here, somebody probably crashed. And the worst part about it, this is a 2-lane highway. So just so much you can do. So much you can get through. Oh, let me see. Yeah, left lane up ahead closed. So everybody coming in my lane. Ah, man. Weather like this makes it difficult to work. Definitely makes it difficult. Guess I was wrong. Look like they doing construction up this way. Man, let me tell y'all something. Shout out to them boys that be out here, rain, sleet, and snow, making sure the infrastructure is right. These boys out here in this pouring rain, working. And it ain't warm. It's 36 degrees right now. And they out here getting to that bag. That's why I say, when some people complain about, oh, they don't want to go to work in a cushy office job or they working inside a building, I just look at them and laugh. Like, you got people like this out here in this rain getting busy right now, and you got folks that have the comfort of being in a nice climate controlled building for 8 hours, and they gonna complain about they don't want to go to work? Come on, man, put that lazy shit to the side and let's get to this money. Y'all gotta cut it out. If these guys out here working, why can't you? And I'm not saying their job is harder than the next man's job, but just these conditions, I know I don't even like loading these cars in the rain. So I can imagine being out here all day working in the elements. They gotta go home though. I ain't gonna lie. They holding up the road. I'm trying to get busy. They gotta cut this shit out though. I know they getting their money, but they holding this traffic off. I'm trying to get to where I gotta get to. Sheesh. Man, y'all boys holding up the road, man. Y'all gotta go home. Go get some rest. Get out the rain. Nah, y'all get that money, man. Shout outs to y'all. Look at them getting busy. The one with the good job is the one in that, what they call those, excavators? And my man's in a dump. They just sit there. You got the rest of them outside. Look at my man's right here getting wet. Poor guy. All right, we over here fueling up early in the morning. Got a 6-pack on here. Bunch of Kias, Hyundais, Subarus from a regular client. Man, this don't get no easier. Found out I got a little screw in this tire right here. So I might have to keep an eye on that. Oh yeah, there go right there. Got a little screw in there. I don't want to take it out. I don't think it's penetrating yet, but keep an eye on that. You know, that's what comes with doing your pre-trip. Hanging off a little bit. 50-foot trailer, but with the hang off, about 53. Yeah. Look at that setup. Look at that setup. Look at the heights compared to that. Look at the heights. Damn, I might be a little bit over 13.6. We're gonna find out today. But let's finish fueling up. Oh man, it's very important to do your pre-trip. Gotta do these pre-trips, drivers. You gotta do them. Now I know I got something in that tire back there, the trailer. It's the rear outer trailer tire, and now that I know that something is in there, I can keep an eye on it. More than likely, we're gonna probably go ahead and change out that tire this weekend, you know. But for right now, we gotta just keep on going. I don't think it penetrated the tire just as yet, so I still got some time. I just don't like having anything like that going on, especially with the weight that I'm pulling. But you know, being local, I'm close to home base. God forbid anything happen, I can take care of myself. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on going down the road, see what's going on. gotta give it to all the guys that are OTR. I really gotta give it to you guys. In my many years of trucking, I've only spent 1 week on the road. 1 week total. And that was a trip from Connecticut to Texas and back. 1 week. And, you know, it took 5 years of me trucking before I did that 1 week run. And I gotta say, OTR is not for everybody. And I'm one of those people. And I'm gonna just jump into it and tell you why. When you have a family at home with a consistent schedule and basically like a game plan going, it's kind of hard to disrupt that. You know what I mean? And it takes a strong mental for someone to go on the road and be away traveling for work for weeks on end. You know, especially when you got a woman at home waiting on you, you got children at home. It's hard to be state to state. And honestly, I know if I was a guy that I didn't have all those responsibilities at home, I would have been able to take my talents on the road. But when I know I have a family at home that I want to spend that much quality time with, it's hard to be out here, you know? And when you're on the road, you need to be focused. I can't be focused if I'm states away, wondering if my wife is good, if my daughter is good. You know, that's the hardest part. You're in these new areas, you're in different territory, you don't know what the weather is like, you don't know what the environment is like as far as the people and what you might encounter, DOT, you know, the infrastructure. So you need a certain kind of mental to be an OTR driver. So I give it to you guys that, you know, you go in, you put in your 3 weeks out, 1 week in, or some guys be out there for 3-4 months at a time before they come back to get that bag. You know what I mean? So I respect the hell out of them. I respect you guys, man. I do. Because a lot of people don't understand how hard it is. And I always like to say, you know, in a lot of my videos, I've said it in comparison that me personally, I don't see a big difference in the money going OTR versus local if you know what you're doing. If you can get the work local, you're going to make the same money, you know, and I think that money is more valuable because you get a lot more free time as opposed to a guy on OTR, you know, he's on the road working 6 days in a week, running his clock out to make the money you're making in 5 days and being in your bed with 2 set days off. You know what I'm saying? But really and truly, to me, the big difference OTR and local is the physical work you put in. You know, for example, being a local car hauler, I may move more units in a day than a guy that goes state to state to make the same money. You know what I mean? So I'm physically touching more cars, I'm physically walking in the auction more times, you know, I'm physically strapping more tires, more on and off of the trailer. But that guy may just drive more than I do, which on a physical level may not be as much, but on a mental level, it requires a lot more. So, you know, there's a lot of trade-offs when it comes down to it, when it's OTR and local. But one thing I can tell you, OTR ain't for the weak. You know what I mean? Sleeping in your truck, taking showers at truck stops, like it ain't for the weak. I'm telling you that right now. So all my transporters out there that's OTR, salute to you. about being out here, it's very crucial in knowing where you're loading up at, where you're gonna be at, because you gotta always make yourself a way out. You know, I always say, always leave yourself a way out. So I just came from this section right here. So if you look, it's a stop sign, four-way intersection. I usually come from where that car is right now, go straight up and just back straight in to where I am right now. So it's an easy 1, 2, 3 to come out, if you can see. And make sure I'm facing the way out. I can load the cars. As you see, my man's down there, he pulled in. He pulled all the way in. There's no way out that way. It's just a one-way. Look at that. You gotta come out that way. So now he's gonna have to back all the way up from here, possibly all the way down there, and then make the left to get out of here. You know, or if he's gonna back it down to that side street right there to make his way out. I don't like going down dead ends and having to back out of nowhere. I'd rather back in and know that, you know, I'm free and clear to get out. But it's just one of those things when you're out here and not familiar with the terrain or the area. So, you know, I don't know how it's gonna work it out. I'm getting ready to get the heck up out of here.